Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, you got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Everybody say, come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. I said we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on and come on. Hi, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. It's been forever. How are you all doing? What is up? Miss Brown Sugar said, not really watching Jersey, but always got to get my likes for Miss Nikki.Star. Oh, thank you so much for being here. Toya Star is in the building. Hey, Pi, how are you? Hey, Alex. Hey, Fusola, thank you for being here. Shamiko, what's up? Shamiko said, night all, happy Monday. Looking forward to this live. Just finished working and here snacking on some granola bars, listening from St. Kitts. Thank you for being here. Come on in the room, indeed. The Dear Show podcast said, hey, Nikki, are we going to get a 90-Day Fiance review wrap up? This is the thing with 90-Day Fiance. I don't know what is on. I don't know what show is currently on right now or what it's like. There's so many 90-Day Fiance shows. I don't know what is on streaming and what is on the actual network because I watch through like streaming. So I don't know if I'm watching something old or current. Please let me know what the current season is. And if I can catch up, I will absolutely binge it and review it for you guys. But I'm just so confused. There are so many 90-Day Fiance shows. I just don't know what is old, what is current, I'm confused. I'm confused. I have lost track. So let me know what show is currently filming and what is coming up, and I will absolutely hop on it. Persephone, thank you for being here. Give Me Shelter said, YouTube has been buzzing today. I love your live, so ran over. Oh my God, thank you for being here. What's going on with YouTube? Hey, Irene said, hey, Nikki and Star fam. Yeah. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. Smithy said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, this is my last week unemployed. Amen. Oh, is that a happy face? Congrats on the bag. Smithy said 90 Day Happily Ever After, 90 Day UK, Love in Paradise are all on HBO Max. Yeah. I like to review the shows that are on like the regular network. Here's why. Not everybody has like these streaming services, so not everybody can watch them. So I like to at least for the lives, I like to do it with a larger audience. So let me know. I have not seen it yet, Santino. I have not seen the latest episode. I'm watching that when I get off of here. I don't know if you guys watch that show. I might just do like a video about it, but that is my show. That show is a mess. Hey, Jackie Reed, how are you? Jackie said, hi, Nikki in chat. Make sure you're subscribed. Let them know, Jackie. YouTube unsubscribed me from this channel. No, they didn't. Thank you so much for coming back, Jackie. Yeah, so just let me know what show is let me know what 90 Day Fiance show you guys are talking about it. And if it's not on a streaming service, I'll absolutely review it. Just because I just want to, like, at least for a live, I like to talk about shows that we all can have access to. Smitty said, it's a happy face, but sad that I have to work to live, LOL. But did you catch up on Love Island? And thank you. Well, I'm a week behind. You know, I'm a week behind because I'm in the US. I am now at the episode where Mimi stole Ayo back. Why is it the black man always in some mess on these shows? I mean, can we just get, well, you know what? I probably have missed the season, but I need a Love Island season where there is a black couple that is just not messy. It's always some mess with the blacks. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, so far it's a good season. It's like nothing will ever be season 5, but you know, it's getting there. It's getting there. Child, that's what they said. Child, that's what they said. I haven't tapped into my sources because this is just too messy, and I want to find out like everybody else. Gag me like everybody else, because I can't. If that's true, it's going to be a bloodbath over there. Bravo. If that is true, it's going to be a bloodbath, because my God, today now we have standards. It's going to be a bloodbath. I've only caught up on Love. I'm catching up on Love Island UK today. I'm going to watch Love Island USA tomorrow, and I think I might do a live for USA just because I'm so behind, because I'm a week behind on UK. I think UK I might just record, and USA I might do lives. But again, I don't know how much of my audience watches Love Island USA. You know what I mean? Like the shows on the bigger networks are easier to do lives for, because I just feel like it's a lot more people who watch those. A mess. Uma and Mimi are absolutely stunning, but I have thoughts about Uma. I'll wait until my review, but I have thoughts. Naive Evian said Jersey was actually decent in my opinion. Marge was nasty to Jackie. Well, that's just Marge. And that's what I told Jackie that Marge was. But Jackie was so dead set on hating on Teresa. This is the thing. I can't feel bad for Jackie. I can't feel bad for Jackie because she's so smart. She ain't see this coming. She's so smart. She ain't see this coming. I cannot feel bad for her. I haven't watched it. Is it good? Let me know, because I loved Game of Thrones, but I just feel like the creators threw that show away and I just wasn't interested anymore. But if House of Dragons is giving like Game of Thrones was given, I might hop in. Oh no, I'm staying out of that tea. Now that's the tea I can't be messy with that because that's just going to be crazy. I don't want to have breaking news on none of that. I want to find out like everybody else when People Magazine posted. I don't. That's some tea I'm not tapping into. I will not be going to that tea session. CM said Marge has shown herself to have the arsenal, but folks overlooking it. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Oh yes, no spoilers. If you're putting it in the chat, no spoilers. But let me know if it's good. My God, today I'm getting my water in, child. Wait. You gotta be able to see my cup. But let me know if House of Dragons is good. I'll check that out. I have a couple of shows that I am watching now that I've done like recorded videos for that I'll put up throughout the week. Unless it's some African American mess, I think I'm going to be off on Juneteenth. I just feel like I should not be doing no kind of labor. And this isn't labor, but I don't know. We're going to see about Juneteenth. I might just post some stuff. I don't know. Give me Chelsea said Jackie came for Teresa first with the whole jail comment. Then she had a meltdown because she had to learn don't start none, won't be none. Yep. Spitzy said House of Dragon is amazing, but I mean, spill the tea about Uma. Oh, yes. I can't spill the tea about Uma. I'm gonna wait for my review. Well, she's a villain. She's a villain of this show. Like she's playing her role. I felt the same way about Kenya. Like, I was just like, she wasn't, for me, I didn't like the things that she was doing, but she was playing her role. She was a villain on this show. I think she went a little too far. Hey, Shonda, thank you for being here. No spoilers. Give each other said House of Dragon is good. I think exclusively on Max and not HBO. I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have that streaming service. I know I got rid of HBO Max. I'm only renewing my HBO Max subscription when The Last of Us comes back. That's the only time. Miss Brown Sugar said, hey, Nikki, hey, y'all. I don't think the Black folks on Love Island are any messier than anyone else. In fact, they're usually more mellow. It's the lack of options that have them looking goofy. I can agree with that. Who? This is the thing. Marge was not a villain in the beginning. She stepped into that role and flourished. But she is the villain of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. She is the villain. Reality said, can we talk about TGIF on Foxhole? Not now, but at some point. Oh, what is that? Is that gossip show? I don't know if I want to talk about them. That just seems too messy for me, guys. I have my messy limits. They be saying some wild stuff on there. Thank you so much, Shonda. Shonda says, please subscribe to Nikki's second channel, NikkiStar at Home. Thank you. I'm not, listen, yeah, I don't get into that mess. Them people can say whatever they want. I am going to tell you the truth because I have no alliance here. I'm a fan of no one but the Lord. Oh, really? Tag me in. Get out of here. Those people are crazy. Oh yeah, no, I don't. That's too messy. That is too messy. They be saying some wild stuff. I cannot wait for this season of like shock content creators to end. I cannot wait for that to die out because I think that like the whole trolling and doing stuff for shock value, like that E. Kane girl on TikTok, I did not know who she was. The first video I saw of her, she was like being colorist. But it's like these people who say like really wild and outrageous, nasty and harmful things, racist things, misogynistic things, purely demonic things. Oh my God, there's a new episode of The Boys. I'm sorry, I just thought about that. I gotta watch that too. And it's like with the election of Donald Trump and like just him becoming popularized again, a lot of that was normal. A lot of like that kind of evil content was normalized, and so many people have become very big and popular because of that. I cannot wait for this season that we're in to die, because it's just making so many awful people popular and wealthy. And I just need for it to end. I want us to get back to some kind of normalcy. We're just in this like evil spiral right now because the loudest voices right now don't have the most influence, but they have the least pushback. And they're saying some awful things to get visibility, and they're not getting any pushback. It's time to push back on the things that these people are saying. And not like TGI Friday is like the worst thing ever, but I've listened to my mom, Mama Star watches that. They got the boomers on lock. But I've listened to some of the things that they were saying. And I'm just like, Mom, you cannot consume this kind of content. Like, this is just mean. Why would you say this to a person? Like, why would you say this about somebody? I don't know. I think just because people are famous and have visibility, it doesn't make it right to like say things because, oh, they're famous. Nobody, what are they going to lose? It's still just not a nice thing to say. Now, reality TV is different. You know what I mean? Like, we've always talked, I've always said that I feel comfortable like making my comedic commentary about these reality TV shows because one, I've worked in reality TV. Two, I live in LA. I've seen a lot of these things filmed. I know that a lot of these shows, what is being put on for you guys is basically sketch comedy. If we're keeping it buck, a lot of this stuff is lightly scripted, but they get away with calling it reality TV because real life happens during these shows. But a lot of this is scripted. Like when I get into my review, we're going to talk about a very scripted moment on this show that happened on the last episode. Completely scripted. They have to script it out because at the end of the day, you just watching these people live is not interesting. You need manufactured and scriptured drama. You need manufactured and scripted mess for it to be entertainment. So I don't have a problem commenting on this farce, right? But I think when it's concerning somebody's real life, there should be some kind of limitations. Like there's just no pushback to people just being mean. There's no pushback. You can go so far and so high in this nation as the president by saying nasty, mean, and evil things with no pushback. I can't wait for this season to die. That's why he cannot be elected again. Oh my God. What that man ushered in his last election, we're going to be cooked. Cooked. Shonda said, I believe they're referring to the TGIF Fox. So yeah, moment when, oh, see, that's too messy for me. CM said, they swear tree causes hurricanes, had the OG4 local recipe, and supports cousin Faith. We sure are, besties. I had no idea who she was, and then I went to go look for her, and I had already had her blocked. So I'll be on my blocking button, okay? But it's just like she feels she's empowered by the fact that she has 4 million people watching her, and she doesn't realize that those 4 million people are watching a minstrel show. Like it's a train wreck. Nobody's like watching you to be influenced. They're watching you because they know your downfall is coming. That's what that is. A lot of people just like to be there at the beginning because they enjoy the ending so much better. That's all that is. But it's just a mess. JG said, yeah, Armand did a crazy roast on Al for his B-Day, and Al just smiled. Funky was on live, and Al called going off. Then Tasha K jumped in and exposed. See, and this is really messy. And a lot of this, and this is like from geriatric millennials and Gen Xers. What are y'all doing? All y'all got high blood pressure and y'all playing around with your heart. The devil is a liar. Give Me Shelter said, thank you. It's so bad for any person from a marginalized community to attack a socially weaker member of said group. It's insidious, like trad wife culture and anti-Black women rage baiting. Exactly. Look what's going on with the WNBA. I hate what's happening to those Black women over there. I hate it. But they're not receiving any pushback. There was a time when people could not do or say the things that they were doing to them, but we have shifted into a community of cowards where it's just like these people just say these awful things and everybody just looks away. It's time to start beating them people up. JG says things and basically confirm things and basically confirmed a lot of what Tasha said about Claudia. There, that sums it up. Oh, thank you so much for summing it up. Nisha said, hey everyone, I'm here and awake. Sorry about Friday. I was starting. That's all right. That's all right. You are right on time. I'm about to get started. She won't, because it's in her favor. She won't. It's in her favor. Because as long as the loud audience is in her favor, she doesn't ever have to be good. She can get injured today and leave the league because of that injury, and everybody will still say she is the greatest WNBA player of all time with no pushback. So why would she say anything when it works in her favor? Anyway, let's get into the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Thank you all for being here. So this episode picks up where the last episode left off, and in this episode we see Teresa and Louis at the table where John and Rachel have walked off because John runs the show. He told Teresa, this is how this meeting is going to go. Who are you? You're not even in the opening credits. What are we talking about here? Anyway, and if you are, you're there as a day player. Anyway, so Teresa is at the table when she's talking to Louis, and she looks at Louis. She said, he doesn't know who he's messing with. I'm Teresa Giudice. I said, oh, no, you didn't let your current husband know what your real name is. She said, I'm Teresa Giudice. He don't know who he playing with, period. Say what you want about Juicy Joe. Yes, he got his wife locked up. But at the end of the day, he did not play about her. At the beginning and middle and end of the day, he did not play about her. John would never be able to sit across that table and talk crazy to Teresa like that. Absolutely not. Juicy Joe would have hopped over that table and been choking the hell out of John. They would have had to put them cameras down and pull that man off of him. He ain't play about that woman. He ain't play about that woman. Now, I know that Louis is on his zen, and I get it. But at the beginning and the middle of at the beginning, middle, and end of the day, Teresa is a convicted felon. She cannot fight. You can. So get the scrapping when these men start disrespecting your wife. That's why she lets you know her name is Teresa Giudice. Get it together. Teresa said John got the right one. Because Teresa Giudice from Patterson, New Jersey, do not play. I know that's right. I know that's right. The way that Juicy Joe would have been scrapping. Pop, pop, pop. Oh, he don't play about her. Oh, I missed that convicted felon. Anyway, Dolores. Let me tell you something. What I'm not going to do is be this fine in my 50s and letting these men play in my face. I am so sick of every episode, every season. Her storyline is that she is with a man that does not value her. Like, we have to move on. This episode, she's sitting down with her mom and her daughter, and she's talking about how her man doesn't want to marry her, but wants to go into business. And she was like, I don't even know what the business is, but I just think that that's another gesture of him letting me know how much that he wants to be with me. No, it's not. He's dragging you along. He's dragging you along and using your fame to get business. You have this thing where you think that these men are so much better than you. And that is a problem with the women on this show. They are so male-centered. These women on the show are so male-centered to the point where these husbands are the only husbands who are getting paid by Bravo, because these women willingly have handed over this opportunity to their husbands. Every other husband on a housewife shows or any other housewife show are day players. They have pushed these men to the forefront and made them supporting characters. And that's not how it should go. They have done this so poorly to the point where we have John, who thinks he's a full-on housewife, going toe-to-toe with a housewife. I don't even think that Rachel has a beef with Teresa. John does, because even Rachel was like, I was even suggesting that maybe me and Louis could walk away and John and Teresa could sit down. Why in the hell is Teresa sitting down with John? You are the housewife. This is the problem with these women. Now, Dolores, 50-something and fine, sitting on this show with another man that treats her like she ugly. Girl, you have to wake up and smell the BBL. You have got to get it through your skull that you are that girl. If you are not, if you don't believe that about yourself, I'm sorry, I can't help you. I'm sick of seeing this. I am sick of seeing this. You telling your daughter that this man is stringing you along. Your mother is even looking at you like, I didn't raise you like that. The reason why I'm laughing because as soon as them kids was grown, her mother moved out of that house with her father and got her own place. She said, absolutely not. I'm done. I'm done this slavery. My time here is up. I'm getting me a house around my girlfriends and I'm living my best life. And she is so sad to see her child in this same situation. But now you're in a situation with a man that you ain't even on his life insurance policy. I can't, Dolores. You got to come with something else or don't come back. Or don't stand up. Does Melissa cook? Melissa has always had a bad kitchen. I have never seen her cook. What a waste to have a chef's kitchen and you don't cook. Every time we've seen her in her kitchen, she's just leaning on the island. We don't never see her cook. You know who does cook? Teresa. I didn't mean to do the comparison, but I was just thinking about Teresa in her kitchen. Tacky. I will say Melissa got the better house taste. No shade to the Teresa fans. The tree, but they call you tree stones. Is that derogatory? Anyway, no shade to y'all, but Teresa ain't never had no taste. My God, today she is Jersey to the core. Okay, that home. My God, today. Tacky. It gives Olive Garden a run for its money. Anyway, I will say this though. That girl cooks. We was in her kitchen. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. Let me bring Risa up. They were filming her in her kitchen. Them pots that she was using was beat up. But I know the food is delicious. I know those pots were passed down. I know them pots came from No-No or Nana or the No-Nos and Nana from back in the day. The great No-Nos and Nanas. I know they passed them down to her. And I know anything that she made in them pots was delicious. She's over there smashing garlic. Yes, smashing garlic, making sauce, scraping the pot. This is what I want to see in the chef's kitchen. Absolutely. Even if it's tacky, that girl be cooking. I ain't never seen Melissa cook a thing. Why you got that fancy kitchen if you don't cook? For what? It don't make no sense. That stove was clean. None of them burners in Melissa's home have been turned on. I said all that to say though, she got a nice house. She has really nice taste. This new home, they've done some good work. There's been, listen, Joe's a lot of things. Okay, a lot of negative things, but one of the good things is he know how to put a house together. According to Marge, he don't pay people. We'll get into that later, but he know how to put a home together. I wouldn't give him my money, but he do know what he doing with that contracting stuff, that construction stuff. He got that on lock because that's a nice house. Melissa, this is what you should be doing. This is what you should be doing. You should just be hosting, doing little house tours, taking us through you putting the home together, taking us through you going to Paris or Italy and going to like these nice cobblestone stores, I don't know, and buying, artifacts for the home or buying Italian chandeliers because this is what you've always dreamed about, or you saw it in your Nana's house. Is it No Nana? One of them, in Sicily, right? Doing something like that, showing us how to put together a nice home. If you don't have no storyline, that would have been a great storyline. You just being the young, kept housewife. That could have been your storyline. Instead, you have made your storyline about fighting with Teresa. Why are you fighting with her when you have this gorgeous home? It can't be because you need this check, because you are not acting like you do. No way. This is the performance you are giving us, and you still got payments on that home. Y'all are not working like an eviction notice is at the door. Y'all are not working like the bank is coming to repossess that house. Y'all are not working like the feds are about to come a knocking. It's like y'all don't care. Because I feel like everybody on this show is showing up so lazy. So I'm not surprised that y'all did not get a reunion. I'm not surprised that Andy was just like, well, we didn't think they need a reunion because we watched the season and it pretty much looked like they wrapped it up on their own. What? Let me tell you something. How I know this show is not coming back, how I know this show is getting a pause, how I know this show is getting a reboot, because let me tell you something, the most expensive or the most lucrative episode out of all of these housewife shows are the reunion. Here is why. Because a lot of people check in and out throughout the season, but the reunion is when everybody checks back in, right? Because people are looking for resolution. People are looking to see where people are, get certain questions answered, even clocking in to hear other people who have asked questions about the show get answered. That's when all eyes are on a show. And because all eyes are on the show, a network can hike up the prices of their commercials that are playing throughout the reunion episodes. So it's a very lucrative time for Bravo and NBC. For them to 86 the reunion, for them to 86 that moolah and say, let's put this on pause. We don't need to scam advertisers right now. Let's just scrap this reunion, this 3-part reunion that's going to make us a lot of money and come back and do another season. Absolutely not. Y'all are done. And it's your fault. I have been screaming at this TV, my TV for years. Y'all have to give us something. Y'all got to clock in. Y'all not clocking in. So now you got to clock out forever, unfortunately. But that would have been a much better storyline for you. And not envy. You could have done a decor show. You could have done a lamp line. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I got this lamp, and, start hawking your lamps and showing people the things that you have made because you have an eye for decor or something. You just started this money laundering boutique. We ain't seen you sell a jean, a shoe, a necklace yet, but somehow this business is still up and running. It's money laundering. Allegedly. Child, I don't want the feds using my videos for nothing. But I'm just like, there was so much potential for this character. So much potential. She didn't use it. Let's get into this gift. So, you know what? It's I'm gonna just say it. Is Fugazi a slur? Because I'm like, Teresa, what is that his last name? Or is that a slur because Teresa was saying it? Anyway, John and Rachel left the gift that Teresa said, can y'all take that to my brother, right? So she gave it to Dolores to take to them. Dolores brings the gift in. She starts, letting everybody know who brought it. Melissa's just like, why? Like, why would she bring this here? Like, she's not invited. We're not talking. So why would she even bring this to our home? Like, for what reason? If we're keeping a buck, Teresa said that she did not want to do it. Teresa is really done. If Teresa is interacting with Melissa and her brother, it's because of Louis. Teresa was just like, oh, I'm done with them. I didn't even want to give that. Louis suggested that I do that as some kind of olive branch. But Teresa's like, I'm out of branches. I don't want to do this anymore. Louis is the one trying to keep this relationship alive. I don't know if it's because he's, trying to stay on the show to a storyline situation, or if it's because he's really in this healing journey and he just wants everybody to make peace. I don't know what it is, but if, I would stay out of my man's family business because at the end of the day, they going to rock with him no matter what. Even if you done all that to keep the family together, if he ever decided that he want to get rid of you, that no good family that wasn't talking to him and they was beefing with you and sat down and cried with his mom and all them people on the phone to try to bring peace, they going to come together and ice you out. So I stay out of people's family business. Absolutely not, because at the end of the day, they family. They're going to work it out. You're disposable. But anyway, So I don't know if that's why he was doing it, to try to like keep this family together because he's on this healing journey. Um, so Dolores tells that to Melissa. Melissa's like making a big deal about it. And my thing is, if you are not talking, that's what tree stumps. That's like my thing. If they are not talking, if they have called this truce and they're just going to stay away from each other, right? Why in every freaking episode and scene, Melissa and her husband don't have nothing else to talk about but Teresa. Even when it comes to talking about their children, they still bring it back to Teresa. Melissa could have just been like, oh, she gave you a gift to bring to us? Okay, just put it over there. Like, if y'all are trying to do this family thing and not trying to talk about anybody because the kids is watching all this thing and y'all didn't call the truce, why do you keep on throwing manure on this woman's name? And then you get to the reunion and you act like you don't know why y'all not talking, because you constantly talk about this woman in such a negative way. She doesn't even give you eye contact when you're in the same room. Why are y'all always talking about her? It's weird. It's obsessive. And it just confirms that she's the star of the show. Y'all may not like her. I get that. These characters are polarizing. But a fact is a fact. And the fact is, Teresa Giudice from Paterson, New Jersey is the star of The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Because even at this housewarming, right, where it's all about Joe and Melissa, there are 3 separate groups of people having conversations, and they're all collectively talking about this. Yeah, this woman. They're all collectively talking about her. How in the hell can you tell me that she is not the star of this show? How in the hell can you tell me that she is not the core of the show? She's everybody's storyline. She's on everybody's lips. Y'all have made her Beyonce. She is your golden calf. Y'all don't have nothing else to talk about but her. So we come to this housewarming. Dolores brings the gift. I think she brought it in the kitchen where like everybody was bringing their gifts to Melissa. Melissa makes a big thing about it, right? Let's talk about how this scene was so scripted. Because Dolores brings the gift to Melissa, right? Melissa and Dolores are in Melissa's fabulous kitchen. So why in the hell, edit, she's in the kitchen where all the gifts are? So why in the hell did Dolores walk down all them steps and bring that gift into the group of people, including Joe, who don't like Teresa? Why didn't she leave that gift in the kitchen where everybody else left their gift? If you looked at the scene, nobody else has a gift in this scene. It's just Dolores. She brought this down to now give to Joe. Why are you giving this gift to Joe if you didn't already gave it to his wife? This is a scripted scene, highly scripted, highly produced, right? Because Melissa gave a reaction, but the producers know that it wasn't going to be the reaction that Joe was going to give. So they made Dolores in them platform clogs click and clack all the way down them hard concrete steps and present that gift to Joe. And how I know this is true is I watched this scene and Melissa was about to leave. She walked down with Dolores. She saw Dolores present it and tell Joe about it, right? Melissa was about to walk away, but she realized she had lines. If you watch the scene right behind Dolores, Melissa walks away and then she suddenly like turns back around because she remembers she had lines. Because she could not say her next line until Joe said his line, right? So Dolores presents the gift to Joe. Melissa walks away and then Joe goes, oh, why would she do this? And then Melissa goes, oh, come on. See, this is why I didn't want to do this. This is why I didn't want to give this to him, because if you did, I knew that this would happen. And then that leads Joe to go, my sister, she destroyed us. She didn't respect my mother. She didn't respect my father. Why is she doing this? All of that Oscar-winning garbage that he was doing. She doesn't love me. She doesn't want us to be family. What the hell are you doing? You look ridiculous. Why does he look ridiculous? Because we have been listening to this same monologue performed by this man for over a damn decade. We have got to move on. You have got to give us something else. There has to be something else that you can talk about, because y'all make up with this woman every season. And then when the next season start up, all of a sudden you don't like her no more. What happened? Teresa don't even know what happened. All of a sudden y'all just don't like her. All of a sudden she can't come to the shore house with you. All of a sudden you are beefing with this woman when the cameras are back up. All of a sudden you have this monologue about her destroying your family. If we're keeping it buck, you were the one. If we're keeping it buck, how we met you was through violence. We met you at your christening of your baby. I think it's the oldest or the youngest, one of them boys. And Teresa was there. We were introduced to you because your cousins were pulling you away because you looked like you was about to assault your sister. That's how we met you. That's how we met you. She was telling you bye, and you call her effing scumbag. Then you jumped up and everybody had to pull you back. I remember when I reviewed that episode. I said, well, what the hell was going to happen if they let him go? I wouldn't want you on the show with me either. So that's how we met you. And you haven't changed. There's been no growth. There's been no maturity. All you did was get gray. You do the same thing, have the same issues every episode. Now, this woman is not even interacting with y'all anymore. So how you got beef? Y'all don't talk to her. She don't talk to you. She walks in the room and acts like she doesn't see you. What is the issue now? Y'all have not interacted with each other in ages. How you still got beef with her? Like, I need to know what she has done, because it's just not making any sense to me. So anyway, in this scripted scene, we get this Razzie winning performance from Joe about Teresa and how she's trying to destroy the family. And then the icing on the cake is, he says, give me the card. Give it to me. He takes the card. He said, this is what I think about my sister. And he throws it in the fire. And everybody goes, oh, Joe, come on. Joe, it's too much. Are y'all not exhausted? I can't believe that nobody says anything about how exhausting this is to deal with this every season. I would be so frustrated as an ensemble cast member. I would be so pissed off that I, as a fellow cast member, have to show up with something tricky every damn season, and these people can just skate on this nonsense. Even Jen Fessler, who I'm starting to like. She wasn't my fave last season, but I'm starting to warm up to her because she's an individual. She has differences of opinions, right? I don't agree with some. I agree. I don't agree with some, and then I do agree with some, right? That's what I like about her. Because at the end of the day, you know that is her mind. That is her opinion, and that is how she feels about the situation. And she is not saying something to stay with a clique at her big age. She realizes she's a grown woman, and she said what she said. and she meant it, period. That's how she feels about the situation. So in her confessional, she was just like, Joe was doing too much. Basically, she's just like, it was just a little too much. A little, she was basically saying this man was putting it on. And I agree, like none of that was necessary. And everybody just sitting there watching him. And I'm like, y'all not tired? Y'all not tired? I'm telling you, I would be the character that breaks the fourth wall. I would just look at the camera like, here we go again. Here we go again. So anyway, after that performance, we get into Marge, Jackie, and Dolores. I'm not even going to give Danielle and Jennifer any coverage because I just feel like they don't have anything happening, right? So they're trying to manufacture some beef, and it's just not going to work. I will say this. I lied. I will say this. Danielle is not my favorite. You know, I always say she can choke, but I agree with her on this situation. Danielle was like, I had a charity event and, you know, I invited the general public, you know, basically Bravo fans came. She said, I had a VIP area for us because I wanted us to have a place where we could be safe and also take a break from the fans. Basically meaning I wanted us to have a place where we can just, you know, just chill and not have to be on the entire event. What's wrong with that? She was just like, everybody was coming into this safe space that I had for us. So I asked security to remove people who I guess were not Bravo celebrities. And Jennifer's friend had an issue with that. I agree with Danielle on this one because I don't think she did anything wrong. I think she made a very smart decision by having a safe space because listen, these Bravo fans can do a lot. I've watched the BravoCon videos. Y'all be doing a lot. At y'all big ages. Y'all be doing a lot. So I understand her wanting to have that space. I didn't agree with Jen. I felt like she was doing the most. And I also felt like she was just trying to keep this going because she just needed camera time. It didn't seem like, Jen, no shade. It didn't seem like you were invested in this. It just seems like you were just saying stuff to have a moment on camera. I agree with Danielle. I don't think they have a beef. They squashed it immediately, which is how these shows should really handle their issues. Your beefs should start and end in the same episode. We should always come back to something new. So the Danielle and Jen beef is not a big deal. It ended on this episode. Thank the Lord, because it was dry and stale by the time it got to us. Now let's get into Marge, who was in charge of the girls. So Jackie and Marge get into it. Jackie, I don't feel sorry for you, mama. I told you who Marge and Melissa were. I told you. You didn't want to listen. I remember when I was reviewing this show back when you first came on, and I was just like, you are linking up with the wrong team. Now, this was your girl. This was your girl when she was dragging Teresa and telling you all her business. Now she not your girl when she dragging you and telling all your business. I've been told y'all, Marge is in charge of the girls. They don't even know it. You know who think they in charge of the girls? Baby, it's not you. It's not you. Marge runs you too. She lets you think that you running this. You're not even her second flunky. You ain't even on her level. Marge is in charge of the girls. Listen, she saw an opportunity and she took it. I ain't hating on her for that. I will hate on her for this. She got mad at Jackie because Jackie is just like, listen, me and Teresa are friends. So Marge and Jackie moved to the side to have a conversation. And I will say this, Marge did seem like she wanted to fix the issue that they had. I think that Jackie realized that the issue was going to be fixed. That meant that she could not hang out with Teresa. And Melissa and Marge are not calling her to film. So she's just like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to film with the star of the show. So the conversation couldn't really go anywhere because they couldn't really talk about what the real issue was. This, not only is this Jackie's job, listen, y'all said she loaded, she don't need the money, whatever. everybody like a little coin, right? So I'm not saying that she's desperate for $1. I am saying that she's a fan of the show and she's desperate for camera time. You wouldn't have been desperate for camera time if you would have got with the right team. Anyway, so Jackie says, you're just jealous. You're just mad at me for being friends with Teresa. This is crap. I don't feel like having this conversation. And she walked away from Marge. She shouldn't have done that. You don't play with large Marge. She walked away from Marge and shut her down. Marge was just like, oh, okay, I'm going to let you know who I am. So she walks away from Marge and she starts talking to Dolores. While Jackie is talking to Dolores, Marge, there she is. Marge tells her man, teeny tiny plumber guy, to get Dolores's attention. He gets Dolores's attention. He tells her to check her phone. Dolores checks her phone, and Marge then sent her a text thread of Jackie dragging her and calling her a slob. Marge is smart because Jackie went over to Dolores, who was comforting her and advising her. And Jackie was like, Marge was just like, I'm going to cut off the last lifeline in this group that you have. She got Teresa, but she know that Teresa don't rock with nobody. Teresa's about her man, and that's it. Teresa's about her man and her kids. She ain't never been a girl's girl. She is about her man and her kids. The rest of them hoes don't matter, right? If it ain't her man and ain't her kids, she's out. So she knows that Dolores is her last lifeline because Melissa ain't rocking with her. And now Dolores ain't rocking with her. So Dolores looks at the text thread and she goes, yeah. So I'm a slob? That's not nice. That's not nice to call me a slob where I come from. So, she went real Patterson on her, right? And so Jackie's like, oh, no, I didn't mean that. That's not what that meant. In her confessional, Jackie's just like, what a slob means is, Jackie, this is the thing. I will rock with you if you just kept it 100. If you just kept it 100 with the things that you were saying. What you try to do is intelligence, speak your way out of messy situations that you put yourself in, right? So you try to have these conversations and you try to break down words as to make other people believe that they don't have the intelligence enough to know what the word means and how you're using it, right? But everybody knows how you're using that word. You're using it as shade, right? You're using it to cut somebody down. But when you get confronted with it, you're just like, oh, no, that I actually meant the pure definition of the word. No, you meant the slang. You meant the street term. You meant the nice, nasty term. You meant the shade. That's not what you meant to call. That's not how you meant to call Dolores a slob. You called her a slob, and you called her a slob with its street and slang interpretation. That's what you did. You can't intelligent speak your way out of a beef with Dolores because Dolores was just like, oh, absolutely not. I'm done with you. I'm gonna need a minute and I'm gonna have to walk away. Jackie was doing all that apologizing and Dolores was just like, absolutely not. Here's my problem with Marge. If you are sitting and talking to Jackie and you were saying you are trying to be besties with Teresa and you said that she calls you to relapse in your book. So why are you trying to be besties with her? Understandable. I get that because I think that they were really friends. I get her being concerned for her friend who said that this woman made her relapse in her addiction. And now she's being buddy and friends with her again. I understand that. But in turn, for you to say that to her, then within the same moment, sick Dolores on her. Dolores, the guard dog of Patterson, New Jersey, on this woman who you said is so fragile and feeble-minded that Teresa Giudice could break her and cause her to relapse. Why in the hell would you sick somebody who's more vicious on her? Friend. So I can't buy you now using the same tactics to tear down your friend when you were concerned in the beginning that she was buddying up to someone who tore her down and made her relapse. So you send an even worse foe to go after her. So what do you think is going to happen? So that's where Marge lost me. I'll give it to her. That moment was messy. That moment was good TV. She got her. But it's just like, if that's your friend, right? Why would you do that? Unless she was never really your friend. You just needed a flunky to form a clique to go after Teresa, which is what I've been calling y'all. Which is what this clique has always been. None of them are friends. They are not real friends. They just don't like Teresa. So Teresa's enemies linked up and tried to create a clique to get rid of her. They just did not know how much this show is built around her. And I don't understand how Melissa would even allow herself to get caught up in something like this when the show stopped and waited for Teresa to get out of prison. Bravo stopped your bag until that woman got out of prison. So you should have known who your sister-in-law was from jump. If you didn't know from jump, you should have known when she did that prison stint. You should have known then. So that's my issue with Melissa, and that's my issue with Marge. I just felt like that was like really low to do to Jackie. I don't feel like that moment that they had was worth all of what she did. Now, if this was Marge and Danielle, I could respect it. But this is you and Jackie, your friend who you were protecting. Why are you going so hard on her? Why are you saying, oh, now we're done? Why are you telling your husband to not speak to her? She's cut off. Y'all not friends with her anymore. That little moment was so big for you to just burn your friendship down like that. That's very weird to me. Unless you guys were never friends. You just had a common enemy. And those, if we're going to keep it buck, those are the best groups to watch and film because their fallout is going to be iconic. When this group falls out, the mess, the tea that we're all going to be feasting off of for weeks, we're going to have to watch it on Twitter and Instagram because it's not going to be filmed by Bravo because y'all done all mess up your bag. But when these kind of groups fall out, my God, today, it's a sight to see. It's a sight to see. And this little stunt that Marge pulled with Jackie just confirms for me that she absolutely told Jen Aiden that Joe does not pay people. And she absolutely got that tea from her husband. Oh, my husband's you don't know my husband's a plumber. He knows everybody's business. She absolutely told Jen Aiden that Joe don't pay people and that him and Melissa are broke and scammers. Jen didn't make that up. She said she heard it from Marge, and I believe it because Marge holds everybody's tea and she waits for you to fall out with her, and then she tells all your business like she did with Jen. When her and Jen fell out, she told the world that her husband cheated on her. Jen crumbled and made up with her immediately because she knew if Marge had that, if that was the first shot that she shot at her, she knew that she had some more. So Marge has everybody's tea. And when they fall out with her, she just shoots from the hip immediately. She burns everything down. And she also was the one that told Teresa, because Teresa said it and I believed her. Everybody was just like, oh, Teresa is messy. I believed it. Teresa ain't that smart. She ain't that quick to get no tea like that. She was absolutely the one who told Teresa that Jackie's husband was cheating on her and he had a girlfriend that he met at LA Fitness. Some 26-year-old who lives in Jersey, he's paying for her apartment. She heard that from Marge. She heard that from Marge. That's the thing. I told you that, Jackie. I said, stop being friends with this broad. She's telling all your business. And she's waiting for an opportunity to let the chopper sing. And she did it. She did it. You better make up with her. You better make up with her, Jackie, because if Teresa had you scrambling like that, this woman is going to end you. Make up with her. Make up with her. Anyway, that's all I have to say about this episode. What do you guys have to say? Let's get into it. CM said Louis was smart. Louis was smart, though, because while Joe would fight straight up, Louis would take him to court. Oh, yeah, Louis a sewer. Louis a sewer. Chanel said facts. I'm glad Louis didn't say anything. They wanted him to look crazy. I'll give you that. F1022 said, not too much on Serena. I doubt she is following super closely on the ins and outs of Serena Williams. Who are we talking about? We sure do. We need him back. Oh, wait, we are talking about Serena Williams. Okay. What happened in the comments? Dolce, thank you so much for the super sticker. Bless your heart. Bless your heart. Thank you. Thank you so much. It's so much going on. I'm like, what show is the current show? I'm confused. Give Me Shelter said the way Juicy Joe would have slapped John Fuda in his mouth and dare him to do something. Yep. Jasmine, thank you, my love. JG said the Lolo was truly disappointing me. Like, girl, snap out of it. Same. Like, oh my God, look, you got to look in a mirror every day and remind yourself of who you are. Shonda said, Black Dolores acts tough, but accepts so little from the men that she dates. Absolutely. Shonda also said, John needs a tagline. He's always looking for a moment. Absolutely. I might not have a garlic knot, but I don't need it to run this show. Hey, girl. Sorry. Jade said, Rachel has an issue. She's Melissa's shadow worker. She's a fan. That's what it is. She moves like a fan. But this is the thing with stands, not a fan, stands. This is the thing. Eminem explained it so clearly in his song, Stand. What happens is stands first start out liking this person's work, right? Liking their work and enjoying their content, right? Then it goes to liking the content and enjoying the content. And then you start forming this parasocial relationship with this person you have never met. And you think that consuming their content brings you closer. No, this stranger, their art just touched you in a certain kind of way that you enjoy, right? But you don't know this person. You have no idea who they are. And a lot of times this image that they put out is an image that was bought and paid for by the studio that owns them, right? So you are looking at an image that publicists, managers, agents, studio execs formed together in a room and put this image on this person. You have fallen in love with something that isn't real. But your mind doesn't register that, especially if you don't work in this industry. Because I have to tell you, I have the perspective that I have because I work in this industry. So I'm not speaking down on anybody like y'all don't know or anything like that. Because I promise you, had I not been working in entertainment, I would have the same ideas about a lot of things. I had the same ideas about a lot of movies. I had these ideas about celebrities and people that I had never met. Like I always say, don't meet your heroes, because I have frightening who these people actually are, right? So with stands, they form this idea that honestly has been sold to them and they believe it. And then it becomes, you're not just a consumer of the content. Now you feel like you have this special relationship with this person because they touch you in a certain way. And then you become so obsessed that that obsession turns to envy, and that envy turns to pure hate. That's what I think is happening with Rachel. I think it was the same thing that happened with Jackie. It was, you were a fan of this person, and then you got on the show with them, and there was something about them where you felt like they rejected you. It's absolutely with Rachel. She felt so rejected by Teresa, probably somebody that she idolized. And because she got that rejection, it turned into this pure hate. Because I'm telling you, I can't for the life of me. And I've been watching this show Since I had a perm, baby, I was watching this show with permed hair. You know how long ago that was? You know how long ago that was? I was having just for me on my edges. That's how long ago I was watching this show. So I've seen everything. For the life of me, I don't know what Rachel's issue is with Teresa. I don't know why she's so mad. I don't know why she's sitting in the bakery, sitting down with Jen Fessler, crying that Jen Fessler hung out with Teresa. What the hell happened with you and this woman that you are so beat down? It's giving Stan, because there is nothing that we have seen. There is nothing that she has said that makes any of this beef that her and her husband have with Teresa make sense. And I think the only people who can make sense of this is the people who don't like Teresa, the Stans. It's a Stan. Because if you're a fan of the show, you watch it and everybody get on your nerves at some point. Then you like everybody at some point. Then somebody makes you laugh. It's all because you're enjoying the show. You're enjoying an episode. So you have polarizing ideas because every episode is different. If you are sitting here watching this show and somebody that you like can do no wrong, you have a problem. You got to sit down with your pastor. You got to sit down with your priest. You got to sit down in front of a rock in the middle of Arizona, and you have to zen the hell out because something is wrong here. You have created a relationship with somebody you do not know. This is cute when you're a teenager. When you fantasize about them heartthrobs. When you're a grown adult paying taxes and birthing babies, you got to get this checked. Turn this on. Turn this on. Cry out to the Lord because an exorcism is needed. Give Me Shelter said John is doing interviews and podcasts without Rachel. Color me surprised. Something is wrong with that picture. Stan. It's a Stan. And that's why I've always said this about the Bravo shows. You cannot hire these fans of the show. This is a very dangerous environment that you are putting your cast members in, your OGs in, when you cast them with people who are fans of them. Because it could go real crazy real quick. Hello, Rachel and John. Why the hell are y'all mad at her? It doesn't make any sense. Give Me Shelter also said, I told y'all, Dolores is the worst type of woman. She has no compassion for other women, and she gets her karma with the men she's with. Oh, Dolores. I hate to say it, but Give Me Shelter is eating. Because something is up, mama. Something is up. Can we just talk about how the preferences have been spiraling? The preferences are spiraling. Now they on the internet saying the BBLs was a bad idea. I told you, they don't get better men. They don't get better men. Look at Dolores. This is how she look at her damn 50s. When they do throwback pictures of Dolores, I'm like, and you was with that man? Child. I can't believe she doesn't cook with that kitchen. My family and I, we're looking at houses right now. I told you, we're waiting for the market to crash. I hate to say it, but it's going to be a buyer's market. But right now, we're like looking at homes. And my biggest thing is, if I'm going to be paying all this damn money, I want a chef's kitchen. I want a chef's kitchen. I'm looking for it, and I'm going to get it. I planted that seed, and I will see it harvest. How do you have a chef's kitchen and you don't cook? That's diabolical. Diabolical. Give Me Shelter said Melissa wanted a kitchen like Tree. Did she? Because it does not look like Teresa's kitchen. Melissa wanted Teresa's light because she can't shine on her own, and her horrible husband let her come between the siblings. Poor Melissa. Because I'm telling you, ain't no way, right? Where I'm looking the way she look, all ambiguous. And you're the youngest person on that damn show, and you're letting Teresa have you shaking in your boots. The way I would be dipping in and doing it on that show, child, y'all don't know what y'all doing. Melissa had a great character arc set up for her. She destroyed it. She destroyed it. Melissa's failure on this show is her own fault. You were the youngest and brownest on that show. You don't even need the tan. That's how you look. That's why everybody was calling you biracial, girl. You just look like that. You're serving ambiguous hottie with great metabolism. And you're the youngest on that damn show. And you're allowing Teresa to have you shaking in your boots. You don't know who you are. A cast full of Doloreses. Dolce said, do y'all remember the TikToker who made Melissa redesign the front of? Oh, was I'm so messy. I do. I remember that. I'm so glad they did. I'm so glad they did. She does? Teresa has a YouTube cooking channel? Hold on. I don't see it. What's the name of her channel? What's the name of her channel? What? Somebody tell me so I can see it. Hold on. Let me know what the name of her show is. Because I'm sorry. I know she cooking. I know Teresa is cooking in that kitchen. I need to see them recipes. I need to see them recipes. Oh, really? So the OG version was Melissa's taste? Whoever they hired, they did a good job. They did a good job. He didn't build it? Wait, Melissa said that. She said they built the house. She said Joe did all the work. Was she lying? A scammer gonna scam. Jasmine said Melissa new homes look better now after people came for her because it looked at. Oh, see, I only knew about the front. The whole home looked a mess. Ciao. Shonda said Danielle tried to show shade saying that everything was close together in the Gorga's house. Well, they didn't have the coin like they did. They didn't have the coin. Remember, everybody was dragging Teresa because she had that big home. See, and look at her now. This is why you should not envy what other people have. You do not know what is going on in people's real lives. Everybody was so jealous of that big tacky home. And now look. You just better be happy with what you got. Patient RL said they dragged the Gorgas on TikTok for the previous home that they had built. This is the redone version of the house. Well, good job. Good job. Dayla said, Nikki, remember that house was a mess until the people started making fun. I didn't know about the inside of the house. I saw that TikTok video about the outside and they were right. Chanel said that wasn't her taste. She got dragged for the decor to change everything. Well, good for her. Whoever she hired, keep them. Keep them. NC said that wasn't, y'all are going on about this house. Y'all are not letting her breathe. Oh, okay. Flugazy. Okay, thank you. Because sometimes I be watching these shows from like different cultures. And I'm like, is this? Because I remember I was watching The Real Housewives of New York and I was doing a review. And so they were calling one of these, they were saying something about one of the ladies' boyfriend. And I think he was Greek. And the way they were saying this thing about him, I was like, it's giving slur. It's giving slur. Something about that ain't right. And I looked it up. Child. But you know, slurs from a white person to another white or somebody who's considered white, they don't take that seriously. But back in the day, they would have. This was the 50s. Oh. Child, they didn't play about them slurs. That's back before they was white. Oh, it means fake Italian? See, yeah, I'm not going to say that one. I'm from Philly. I know my limits. Where I'm from, them Italians fight, okay? Oh, he changed it after his arrest. So is he playing Italian? Do not tell me that John is a culture vulture. You know what? Issy said, you're right. I didn't watch Jersey last season, but I tuned in for the reunion. This year, I'm just watching clips online, but again, would have watched the reunion if they had one. See? For Bravo to throw away that lucrative 3-episode, something is up. Something is up. Give each other said, what truths? Every episode they talk about Teresa and every scene Teresa isn't in. They talk about like, oh, she's not this. The show can go on without her. How can the show go on without her? You can't go on without her. Y'all have made her the star. Y'all have rage baited this woman to be the Beyonce of the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa's working too hard, actually. She lives rent free in their heads on and off the show. Yep. Yep. Chelsea Love said, I'm sorry, but what Joe did throwing the housewarming card in the fire was so lame. Like, think about the nieces. It came off so low. It did. It did. And it was so unnecessary. And I was just like, he's going to pull this son again where he's crying in front of his nieces and saying, I helped raise you. You love me. What happened? Y'all keep on talking about their mother. This is the thing. A lot of people may not know this, but nobody protects a mother more than her daughters. Nobody protects a mother more than her daughters. There are people who will fight grown men with the same DNA over their mama. Daughters do not play about their mom. Every episode, every season, you and your wife are dragging their mother. Now, before they was kids, these girls have grown up, right? And the youngest are getting older. So now they got something to say about how you treat their mother. You will never have peace with them girls. You will never have the relationship you had with them if you keep on talking about their mom. And they don't feature y'all. They don't talk about y'all. And you can see even Gia is keeping her mom in check because Teresa was trying to talk about the other girls on the show. And Teresa, she was saying something about, no, Danielle. She was like, Danielle is getting close to people I don't talk to. And Gia was like, no, as long as she's being kind to you and not talking about you, don't do it. It's not a problem. Like, she's keeping her mom in check because what she's trying to let her mom know is that your haters are going to look like a fool. You going to walk a fine line. We're not going to have you out here looking dumb. Now, them people that don't like you, they can look like an idiot and argue with themselves. But we're going to make sure you stay on the right. You stay on the right track. We're not going to have you in that mess like them. And listen, I respect it. I respect it because you're not going to talk crazy about my mama. I don't care if you're my auntie. You're not talking crazy about my mom. I don't even let my father talk slick about my mother. He knows not to play with me with her. Like, absolutely not. I'm with the girls. I'm with the girls. Yeah, so I'm gonna mind my African American business, and I won't be saying that one again. Shonda said, I'm not a Teresa fan, but she is the girl in New Jersey. Absolutely. Melissa should have just paid the gift dust. She kept the liquor, but threw away the card. I agree. Like, you cannot deny who this woman is. Her haters know who she is. And nobody had anything else to talk about. She's not there. Y'all, this whole episode was about her. This whole episode was about Teresa, and she was in one scene. How, I don't know if she's conceited, but if she is, I would understand. I would be conceited. I would be conceited. If I was Teresa, I would be conceited. Because how you gonna tell me I'm not that girl? How you gonna tell me I'm not that girl? Where her name was throughout this entire episode and she was in one scene. Get out of here. Get out of here. You may not like her, but you cannot deny who she is. NC said, Louis is often undermining Tree. It's annoying. Remember last year, Tree said Mel's family members were not invited to the wedding, and Louis still went out of his way to invite Mel's mom. Anyway, yes, because he's trying to do this peace thing. I don't know if this is who he is or this is how he's trying to come off on the show. Whatever. It just doesn't feel real to me, and I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I didn't like the way Juicy Joe talked to Teresa. I love the way he protected her. He would have still gave that speech. He would have still gave that speech. He would have been like, my sister's not here. She didn't even give me a gift. She's destroying me. Either way, he would have did that speech. He would have did that speech. He absolutely does. She's not going to get it, though. She's the Candace of New Jersey. They don't respect her, but they use her for ratings. Give Me Shelter said Dolores is a snake. I don't know why Teresa gives her the time of day because of what Danielle said. Dolores said was true. Dolores doesn't like Teresa. I think that Dolores plays the fence. And here's the thing. No friend of mine that's been rocking with me since I was 14 is ever going to try to find neutral ground with a hoe that hate me. Teresa's still keeping Dolores as a friend. That's her business. I'm saying it would never be me. It would never be me. This girl doesn't like me. She wants to destroy me. And you still busting it up and cutting it up with her. And the only thing you're saying to me is, well, I don't let her talk about you. That's not good enough for me. That's not good enough for me. If you want access to her, you can't have access to me. And I don't do, I normally am not like that. But the way Marge dislikes Teresa, it's just, you cannot play the fence with people who don't like you, like who doesn't like your friend. Like I would never do that. And that's what I would want for my friendships. Like if somebody, like it's okay if I'm not everybody's cup of tea. That's fine. You know, I'm loud. I'm from Philly. I'm a Sagittarius. I'm polarizing. I get it. Let me stop right. Everybody loves me. But if I was, I just caught myself in a lie. But if I was like that, right, I could understand, right? But if you full on hate me, and my friend, my bestie from when I was 14, it's like, well, you know, I still am trying to build something with them, and I just make sure they don't say anything about you. I would be like, stay with them, because this friendship is done. Because why in the hell are you conversing with someone, busting it up, spending time with someone that hates me? And you don't bring me any tea back. Like, I could understand if you're a spy, but you're not. You're a friend to that person you just met at work. Okay. Do what you got to do. He's so dramatic for no reason. That was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Give Me Shelter said, I'm glad the show is on pause. Then we will see all the facades fade away. I'm telling you, when they all get the notice that the show is on pause, watch Joe and Melissa make up with Teresa. Watch Joe get on Instagram crying about how he wants his family back together and how his parents would be so disappointed. You got to pay for that house. You got to pay for the renovations. Yeah, she didn't even want to talk about him. But it's like, that's the point of the show. If you're going to be on the show, you got to tell your life. You got to tell your life. Shonda said, Marge exposing those texts had me on the floor, but Marge didn't have a problem with the text messages until she fell out with Jackie. Clock it. Absolutely. I would never be friends with somebody like that. Because as soon as we fall out, you telling all my business to my ops. Nasty work. Nasty work. See, that's the thing with that situation. He cannot talk about, like, you don't even have to be a fan of Teresa, right? You just have to be somebody who watched this show. You cannot sit up there and say that woman did not care about your parents and was not there for them when she moved both of your parents in to her home at the end of their lives, before the end of their lives, right? Not only took care of them, but was constantly making space for you to reconcile and be in their lives. Joe, we got to be honest here. We all watched that episode where your father was breaking down and crying because he said he never sees you. He says that he wants you to come over, that he wants to be around you. And he was breaking down and crying because he said he never sees his son. You took away from that Teresa is poisoning your father against you. If she's poisoning your father against you, why would he say that he misses you and he wants to see you more? Wouldn't he say he doesn't want to see you? Wouldn't he say he doesn't want to be around you? Like, you can't get mad at people for having a perspective when the footage is presented, right? And if the next thing you're going to say is this show is giving you a bad edit, why do you keep on coming back? See, that's my thing with reality TV stars. I can honestly respect a reality TV star who's on the show and they didn't like their edit and they say the show gave me a bad edit. That did not happen. I respect it. But then if you go back on the show, everything you said is null and void, because you going back on the show then means you're agreeing with the edit that they put out, because you guys are contracted season per season. And even that contract is fickle. None of y'all have a 3-year deal unless you like a Portia or somebody like that. I think Denise Richards also had something that was real a little lucrative one as well. I think they give the legitimate celebrities, they give them like 3-year contract or something like that. But a lot of y'all, nobody knew who y'all were. You could walk away. You refused to. So then I have to believe what the show was putting out, because you constantly coming back is letting us know that what we see you approve of. Even if it's faked or forced or it's a bad edit, you approve of that edit because you keep on signing up to come back to the show. So we can't blame the show now, can we? JG said the real issue is why Bravo is protecting Joe from BravoCon incident. It's like they are untouchable, although they should have been fired seasons ago. I don't think they're protecting him. I just think the fans haven't made a big enough deal about it. That's the thing. These networks are not going to do anything unless you guys, the money, say something about it. And not a lot of people have said anything for them to care. Now, when it starts affecting their money, absolutely they'll take action. They're not going to take action because they think this is wrong or, they want to be on the right side of history. They just want to appease their customers. NC said Joe was auditioning for the remake of The Godfather or Raising in the Sun. Such a fool and such a perpetual victim. Absolutely. JG said Marge made herself look bad, and Delolo Only's response should have been, well, Marge, why she feels so comfy trashing me to you? Absolutely. But of course, she wrote with the wrong team. Absolutely. Because then I would have said to Marge, well, what did you say? What did you say? I want to see the whole conversation. What was said then? Turn this on. Carrie said it's too far gone because now even Tree's kids despise them. So that means this beef will go another generation, exhausting on both ends. I honestly think that for them, this show being put on pause and rebooted will probably be the best for both families. I think the need for fame, the bloodlust for fame has destroyed this family. And I think them being out of the public eye would help them. Give me shelter said Marge is the type of person you never text or email back because she saves everything for a mad day, for a bad day. I never liked to trust her, especially when she came on cuddling up to Teresa like a starving puppy. Yeah, I could never be friends with somebody like that. And this is the thing, Jackie, you got all these smarts. You didn't have the wisdom to see how Jackie was treating Teresa. And then Danielle, who she was in her wedding, justified. I will give that to Marge. But you watched her with both of those women that she was besties with. How in the hell did you think it wouldn't be you? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. CM said, Belina is a friend of theirs. She's behind the scene and wanted to remove her. Lena and Danielle were cool too. Yes, but Danielle said, I wanted this to be a VIP section for basically the Bravo girls. What is so wrong with that? What is so wrong with that? Carrie said, I agree with Danielle as well. That girl bought a ticket but didn't buy a VIP ticket. So excuse me. Listen, she also said she told the security to remove VIP. She didn't know at that time that Lena wasn't VIP, that she didn't pay for a VIP ticket. She didn't know that. So when he removed everybody who wasn't VIP. It was a simple misunderstanding. And I think that Jen was just blowing it up just to have screen time. Oh, what was the text? See, y'all know I only watch the show. I'm not in anything else. This is my skin is so oily. And what's so crazy about this, guys, I have cut so much oil and dairy out of my diet, and it's just still my face. It's just still my face. You know what? I think I would just I think I want to let the foundation go and just do sunscreen. Yeah. I think I want to pull This Is Me. CM said she wanted to know why Danielle was acting wild when she knew Lena and Lena had done her hair for free again. But this is the thing. People who have businesses, Don't gift celebrities or people who you consider celebrities anything without a contract. Because Lena thinking that because she's done Danielle's hair for free several times maybe makes her believe that they're so cool that she will want her in her section. That's on her. That's on her, because you doing her hair for free does not justify a relationship. That doesn't mean that you two are besties. That doesn't mean that she's going to invite you into spaces. For if we keeping it buck, she's probably looking at you like you're a fan, and you're a fan that's talented, and she's going to use your talents until she can't use them anymore. And that's what happens. A lot of these people get next to these people who have visibility, and they think, oh, let me gift them this. I'll give them this jacket from my clothing line. Then they wear the jacket and they don't tag you, and you get mad. You never had that discussion of, if I give you this outfit, can you post on, you do an Instagram post or something and do a commercial for me? You never had that discussion. Now you're mad that this parasocial relationship that you have created is not what it is in your mind. That's on Lena. That's not on Danielle. That's not on Danielle. You did her hair. Okay. She was nice to you in text messages. Okay. She wanted something from you. She wanted something from you. These celebrities are broke. The girls are broke. They don't have the money. They look like it. I'm in a place where you have to fake it until you make it. The only reason why I don't look like I have made it is because I haven't. And I'm not faking it. People out here dying in debt on credit cards because they driving around in a Porsche to make you think that they're doing better than they are. Won't be me. Won't be me. Now, when I do have it, you'll see it. And that's because I have it. That's because I actually got them coins. I'm not faking nothing. So a lot of these celebrities fake it, right? And the reason why they are able to fake it is because so many people want their visibility. So they'll give them things, or they'll do stuff for them for free, hoping that it will pay off for them in the end. Absolutely not. You better get a contract. You better get a contract. Jasmine said, Jen says she kicked her out the whole event, not just VIP. Yikes. Sorry, Lena. Shonda said Marge loved throwing people under the bus, and Jackie is so desperate to be full-time. Absolutely. A fan going full stand. Carrie said Jackie should have just leaned into Dolores in The New Girl, because her linking with Teresa is no better, because now she just looks fake and thirsty. Yep. Doja said, I just want the Ozempic girlies to hit the gym so they won't look so frail. Child, I heard that Ozempic is tearing their stomach linings up. Yikes. Chelsea Love says, someone remind me what season Marge got so mad at Tree for saying be careful because Marge carries arsenals. LOL. That's exactly what Marge did to Jackie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Carrie said, I've been in here for 30 minutes and forgot to hit the like. But excuse me, it's done now. Thank you. Hit the like button, Star fam. Hit the like button and share. Captain for Creativity said, yes, you are right that Jackie wanted more camera time. She also wanted to be included equally after she was demoted, but she saw what time it really was and realized that Tree was a bigger support. Yep. Exactly. She's smart. She's smart, because what led Jackie to call Dolores a snob? A slob? What was the conversation? Dolores ain't quick enough to catch that. But you're going to drag Jackie. Oh, my God. What? Yep. And that was enough for Dolores. Shonda said Marge is sneaky and was talking trash too. She always is. But she makes sure that her trash talking isn't caught. And she makes sure, if it is caught, that she's not saying as nasty of things that other people are saying. She leads you right on in, and she lets you say the nastiest things, and she holds that tea until you cross her. Nasty work. Exactly. But she tries to be like, oh, I'm a writer, and I read all of these things, and you don't understand what that means. No, we know exactly what you meant. That's why Dolores walked away instead of co-cocking you. Oh, she talks the most trash. She talks the most trash. She's just smart and very strategic on how she does it. Give me shelter said Marge is concerned about Jackie. Absolutely. She threw out at least two microaggressions about her mental health. Yep. She even said that mess about her mother that I didn't catch, but I caught it in the playback. I can't believe they all let Marge run them like this. They let her do it because she has tea on all of them. You think she just got you think she just had that bomb for Jen Aiden and she don't have it for Melissa and she don't have it for Joe? She had it for Jackie. Oh, she got it. She got something for everybody. Everybody. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar TV to 16K subscribers. Thank you. Thank you. NC said, Miss Merriam-Webster tried to redefine the word slob and it failed miserably. Yep, sure did. Carrie said, since I missed the last live, I just want to say Louis was on mute after all that rah-rah and private conversation. Sure was. JG said, Jackie should have stood 10 toes down and not apologized to Delolo. Like, girl, I was venting to someone I thought was a friend, and Delolo acting like slob is the worst thing in the world. The only reason why Dolores is acting like that is because she doesn't like Jackie. Let's be honest. They all remember, Dolores was saying that Jackie doesn't fit in this group. She kept on trying to make it a cultural thing. She always said, well, you know, this is how Italian Americans talk. This is how, not Italian Americans, this is how Italians talk. This is how we do this in our culture. We don't do that in her culture. Getting real close, right? She was getting real close to letting Jackie know who she was. But she made sure she didn't cross that line. But y'all remember, Dolores always said she didn't fit. She was very different from Italians. She never mentioned how, but she just let you know. Like how Marge got real close with Jen. She never said it, but she got close. Right? So she was always letting Jackie know, you can't sit with us. You're not a part of this group. So that's why it was so easy for her to cut Jackie off, because she never rocked with her in the first place. That's why. If it was somebody that she really liked, she would have been like, oh, okay, I understand. I do it too. But no, she don't like Jackie because Jackie doesn't fit in the group. Sugar, what's up? Ziggy said the only real friends. Who's Ziggy? Oh, Siggy said the only real friends are Teresa, Dolores, and Jen Aiden. Is it Ziggy or Siggy? Said Marge and Melissa are not real friends. I do believe that. It was a gag. It gagged me. It gagged me. I was like, oh, Marge, you messy. Jackie better make up with her. Jackie better make up with her. She absolutely did. Teresa said it. Teresa was like, I heard that from Marge. That's got oh, I'm sorry. Y'all taking me back. Because y'all know that I'm a Real Housewives scholar. Y'all taking me back in the archives. Remember when Marge had that sit down with Teresa and Jackie, and she was in that house and she was nervous. She couldn't get out of the room. And when she would leave the room, she would look over. She was like, oh, I'm so nervous. I just want them to make up and be friends. I don't want them. She didn't want them to talk, because she knew if they were in a room without her and they started talking and piecing everything together, they would find out who the real problem was, and that it was Marge. Because Jackie let Marge put a battery in her back, doing all that talking about Teresa and tell her all the things that Teresa said, but she never told Jackie what she was telling, what Marge was saying to Teresa about Jackie in that same conversation. And that's what she does. She talks about everybody. She drags everybody. She clocks and holds on to everybody's tea and is sitting in them same conversations where people are dragging her friends, but she never says what she said to get that person to say what they said about her friend. She just takes the part of what that person says and never says what led up to the conversation. Because if you talk about what led up to the conversation, what led up to that was Marge dragging that sad friend as well. So she could not leave that room with Jackie and Teresa because she did not want them to find out that she was the problem. And by the time Teresa got fed up with Marge enough, and she told Jackie that Marge was the one who told her about that Evan rumor, Jackie was too far gone up Marge's behind. She couldn't believe her. She's like, oh, I don't believe you, Teresa. You're just saying that because you're upset with Marge. Oh, no, baby, she's right. She's right. And Jackie is figuring that out in real time. In real time. Carrie said Jen kept coming for Marge about cheating, so Marge fired back and had Jen in shambles. She absolutely did. Jen apologized immediately. I ain't never seen Jen like that. Marge had Jen on the ropes. Marge had Jen kiss the ring. I was like, oh, Marge got the tea. But yeah, you remember, CEO? You remember. Hey, Jazz, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Fatty Rat said Margaret sure did. That's how Teresa knew that Jackie had sex with her t-shirt on. Margaret told Joe that tea, and Joe told Teresa, yeah, oh, ain't nobody messier than Joe. Joe the plumber, oh, he lives for the drama. He lives for the drama. What's up, so staff? How you doing? Carrie said, Louis, oh, okay. He was the one saying how much he would put food in his place. All for Teresa to get yelled at in front of him. All bark, no bite. CM said, Marge is Bravo messy. Jackie is Lifetime Saturday Night Movie crazy. She needs to get activated. You got activated with Teresa, get activated with Marge. But girl, just know she will end you. F1022 said it was in reference to a comment someone made about Serena speaking on Caitlin Clark and offering her support. Oh, okay. Thank you. Sugar said, I'm glad Louis said nothing because that was going to be the storyline for the rest of the season. True. Just like that bottle was going to be Melissa's storyline. True. NC said, I can't wait until Marge and Melissa fall out. We'll probably never see it, though. It will be sooner or later. Marge will be singing like a canary about all of Melissa's alleged affairs. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yank that drawstring ponytail, Danielle. Carrie said, if Louis keeps up Teresa what he's going to do, then he should do it. But the complete opposite. Something is off with him. He boasts and never delivers. Listen, he got himself a male-centered woman that's wealthy. He ain't leaving that. This is the greatest scam of his lifetime. Sugar said, Rachel and Danielle should have never been casted on the show. They do not have the luxury lifestyle to qualify. Danielle needs to humble herself. Rachel is obsessed with Teresa. That's the problem with a lot of these shows. No shade to the working class girls. I'm one of you. I am very working class, especially in LA. But that's not what the show is about. That show is about women with wealth, housewives who are wealthy, housewives who have a wealthy community. Rachel and Danielle, no shade, does not meet the qualifications. Maybe they're good for, the Jersey Shore or, a reboot of Mob Wives. I don't know. But for the Real Housewives of New Jersey, they don't have the qualifications. They just don't have it. Oh, I'm talking about who Rachel was before she got on the show. She ran a Real Housewives of New Jersey fan page. Yeah, that's what she was. Give Me Shelter says, sounds like you're describing Melissa and Teresa. She modeled Teresa her first season on the show, and to this day can't keep her name out of her mouth. They're all obsessed with her. Oh, I've always talked about how she's a great addition to the show. She's you need a villain on these shows. You absolutely do. The show got rid of Danielle, so that role needed to be filled. And Marge does a great job. The problem is she just hits too low. She hits too low. Marge has everybody's tea, right? She starts with the tea that's going to cut the deepest over something so trivial. What happened with her and Jackie? It didn't need to go that deep. She went, I think she said something to somebody. Just by the way, she talks about you all the time. It should have just stayed there. To send Dolores, Rabbit Dolores to send her that text. Come on. I just felt like nothing happened with her and Jackie to make her go there. But I hope that Jackie's eyes are open. Should have said Louis was not investigating these people. Louis was investigating how his therapy video got out, and it was his stalker ex. Margaret was contacting her, and that's going to come out. Louis won his case, by the way. Child, I don't know about none of that mess that happened off of this show. Y'all don't have the name. I'll look it up later. She would absolutely eat. She was supposed to eat her up on the show. She never did it. She never did it. NC said the fact that John brought up Jackie's drug analogy against Gia, which was from a season he wasn't even on. Stan indeed. He's obsessed. Yes, they watched and studied this show. They watched and studied this show. Stands. And they know, just like the Gorgas, that if you want camera time, if you want to remain on the show, you have to go with the most visible. You have to go after the most visible person. Teresa. Everybody on this show revolves around her. Everybody. Excuse me. Shonda said, whatever happened to Joe reposting house rehab that he didn't do? I'm surprised that didn't come up in the show. Right? Teresa could have been used that against him. That was so hilarious. When the guy whose pictures he was taking was just like, why are you doing this? Like, you don't even have to do this. This is actually my work. The Nicholas Express said, would you cast around Teresa, Jen, Aiden, and Jackie? No, I think the show should be fully rebooted. Here is why. They have made the Real Housewives of New Jersey about Teresa. I would love to see a fresh Real Housewives of New Jersey. Just because they have given us the same storylines for over a decade. Jersey is so stale at this moment, and they have built the show around this woman. I don't want people coming on this show either trying to be up Teresa's behind or to tear her down. At this point, nobody's going to come on this show and play their role because this show is so hyper focused on Teresa. So I would fully reboot the show. And you know what? I think Teresa wouldn't care. I think she's done. At this point, and I think she just wants to be, a mom and, a wife. I don't think she wants to be a TV star anymore. I think she'll hold on to her podcast and do her cooking books, but I think she just has enough money. I think we might see her again. If that man do something with her coin, we might see her on something else, but I don't think she would mind. I think everybody else would mind because unfortunately, nobody has done anything on this show outside of Teresa. Like, I'm sorry, Melissa to me is such a disappointing new hire, right? She came on this show and she had such a great setup. Melissa has sold us nothing. Melissa should have been selling us extensions. She should have been selling sun tanning lotion. She should have partnered with a plastic surgeon. They talking about your nose. Get the bag off of that. You know what I mean? There's so much that Melissa could have done, and she just didn't do it. And it's like too late now. The show's over. Nobody has done anything with this platform outside of Teresa. So this show needs a reboot because they just built the show around Teresa so much. I don't think that there could be any growth with where production has allowed this show to go. Yeah, they're done. Like any other daughter would be. Any other daughter. Now, them sons, they'll let you say whatever about their mama. Them daughters, okay. You better be ready to scrap over the mac and cheese over my mama. Let's go. Period. You're not going to speak on my mama. Sugar said, Joe letting John bring up Gia is why don't kids, yep, don't F with him. First he lied on Gia, now they bringing her up in a discussion that, mind you, John wasn't even on the show for. Yep. Hey, JL, thank you for being here. Candace Brown said, yep, got into it with my adult brother when I was a teen over our mother. We don't play about our moms. We don't play about our moms. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar TV to 16K subscribers. I know that's right. We're almost there, guys. We can do it. I don't think he is either. Honestly, I think he loves his sister. I think he misses the hell out of those nieces. They had a great relationship. I think he realizes that he has went too far, but this Bravo check is too good. And money will really reveal who people are. And I think he's somebody who has relied on this show and the check to solely provide for his family. What he's going to do now, child, I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? We might see him on a challenge. We might see Joe on MTV fighting CT. Because, I mean, what can you do? What can you do now? He's ruined his credibility in the contracting or construction business, whatever he does. He's ruined his credibility, and everything is the Real Housewives in New Jersey. I'm sorry, this one curl is driving me crazy. Like, what's going on? Girl, it's one Michael Jackson curl. Yep. Give Me Shelter said, after this Kenya news, people are bringing up Joe Gorga scene where he passed his phone around the table and gave commentary about Danielle Staub's leaked video. I hope the Gorgas never come back. Listen, if Kenya is really fired, I'm telling you right now, this is going to implode. Bravo. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Lena works for Bravo? What is going on? What is going on? Oh, really? Send me the tea on this situation. Because I'm literally going off of what is said on the show. I don't know nothing outside of that. Even her man, if we keep it a buck, even that husband, she got a clip for every damn body. Blue Jay said, I think she should have gave a contract to Danielle. But on Danny's part, I think it would be cool to have relationships where y'all can put each other on, showing that you can be loyal and bring others up. A lot of people in the entertainment industry are not like that. Here is why. Not a lot of people are talented. They are just opportunists who can lie and talk themselves into a room into opportunities. So when you don't really have a talent to rely on, you're not trying to pull up anybody. Here is why, because you feel like because there's not much talent there, you feel like you can easily be replaced. So you're not going to put people on if you know that there's nothing really substantial keeping the spotlight on you. So I don't see her as being somebody putting people on. No, absolutely not. Listen, I've been saying that. I do not know why these people allow Marge to hold everybody's tea and throw it out to destroy somebody. And I'm like, I don't know why you guys are watching this like it wouldn't, like you're not going to be next. I would have been checked that. She absolutely is. She absolutely is. Let me tell you something, Melissa. When you and Marge fall out, I know the cameras will not be rolling. You need to hop on live and let's get it cracking. Let's get it cracking. Sugar said Marge does the digging just like she did with Louis, Jen, Aiden, Jackie, Danielle, Ziggy, and Melissa too. Oh, she got Melissa T. She got Melissa T. Critical thinker. The enemy of my enemy is my friend Marge and Melissa. Yep. That would be great for all of them to go to. That would be great if they all did a House of Villains. Oh my God. That would be just, oh my God. That would be great. That would be great. Yep. She's in charge of the girls. Say what you want about the girl, but she's in charge of the girls. That wasn't even a role for her. She was the fun, quirky peacemaker. She got that. She got in that position when her and Danielle fell out. JG said, "I just think it's gross how Melissa and Marge keep bringing up Jackie's disorder in person." Yep. And in confessionals, it's the tone that really makes it nasty. Yep. Yep. Remember when Teresa brought that up? Oh, that maybe that's why Rachel don't rock with her. Maybe that's why Rachel don't rock with her. Oh, it's going to be sweet when they all fall out, because enemies never remain. They never remain tight like that, especially since the person who they collectively hate is not featuring them. When they cannot rattle Teresa anymore, they're going to turn on each other, and it's happening. It's happening. Oh, they did see him? Okay, I'm gonna look for it. I haven't found it yet. I'm gonna look for it. Where is it? JG said Marge hits too low and has no real storyline. Like her only thing is she's a cheater. Her mama was a party girl, and that's literally it. Listen, at least she gave us something. Critical Thinker said Real Housewives of New Jersey has never been about wealth. First, it was family and Italian American culture. Check out the earlier seasons. I agree, but wealth has always been not the main housewife, probably the middle one. The middle one. Remember, what was the first thing we saw when we met these ladies? Their grand homes. Jersey has had wealth. Do you remember the introduction? When they showed us all their private neighborhoods that they live in, Jersey has always had wealth. Now that I can't rock with. CM said they hide it like when that lady came on and Tree wouldn't film with her. What are we talking about? I missed it. I missed that one. Tiffany Nick said maybe Bravo should pause the reboots and go to new cities for the Housewife franchise. They need to go to Philly. They need to go to Philly. The only thing is they're going to have to let them Philadelphia women fight. Women in Philadelphians just fight in general. It's a part of the culture. They cannot be like, oh, we don't fight on here. Then don't go to Philly. Them girls are going to fight. Yeah, I think they're going to do something with her. I think they're going to reboot her and give her like a family show or something like that. Teresa Does It Alone or something like that. Or Teresa and the Girls. But yeah, they can't make Jersey. They can't do Jersey with her because everything will revolve around this woman. Give me to say, yeah, but all the endorsements keep going to Teresa. And that's what upsets Melissa too. Not Teresa's fault. She made Tree the villain for a decade and it still did nothing in her favor. The universe is wonderful, ain't it? You can't get mad at people's favor. You need to clock in and see where's your favor. That's what it is. You can't look at people and wait for their downfall. Because while you're looking and waiting for that person's downfall, you are slowly sinking, and you don't even realize it. They would have to fire so many people. That's why I'm just like, y'all cannot do it. Because if y'all fire Kenya, out of all them other whack Bravo celebrities, oh, the racial lawsuit is going to be gigantic. Y'all can't do that. Give Me Shelter said he was crying for his check. Hate to say it, but that male-identified culture allowed Joe Gorga to forsake his family with no repercussions until now. Just like every other culture, child. Give Me Shelter said you all have better ideas than a producer. True. Blue Jay said, well, Nikki, I just want to say you're an entertainer that I look up to. I can see you as someone people respect. I hope I can be as funny and as... Oh my gosh. Thank you, Blue Jay. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, Shonda. Shonda said, please like the video and subscribe to get NikkiStar to 16K subscribers. Thank you, Shonda, for reminding people. Because this is the thing, guys. You don't like. I be having a lot of people in here, and then I look at my likes, and it's 5. Let's like the video. Let's like the video. I want to get 2 more from Jade, and then we're going to get out of here. JG, thank you, Shonda. I see the link for Teresa's channel. JG said it was definitely about wealth. That's what got Tree caught up. Yes. Yep. Spending thousands in cash, gaudy and wealthy. Yep. Wealth was always a part of this show. JG said, can you imagine how bad Joe and Mel will crash out if New Jersey gets canceled and she gets her own show? They're going to turn, they're going to try to make up with her. Like they made up with her when she went to prison. Remember that? They wasn't talking to her, but that girl got locked up and Bravo said, we're going to hold them cameras. And Joe and Melissa said, well, we'll help take care of the kids. That child, y'all making me remember some stuff. That's why Gia wasn't rocking with them. Gia was like, they was not over here unless it was a camera. That's when they fell out with Gia. She said, we was over here with No, and everybody else was helping us when my mom got locked up and my dad. When my mom got locked up, when we saw them, they brought a camera. Every time they came over, they brought a camera. That's why Gia don't rock with them. Let's keep it real. The kids be talking. Blue just said, yes, Nikki, I learned. Keep your porch clean. When I focus my somewhere else, I still had nothing done. Yep. Thank you, JL, for liking the video. Clap. Oh, she gave us some good moments. I just need her sober. She is such great TV when she's sober. She don't need to be drunk. Just a little tipsy. Thank you. YouTube, dude, why they be hating on me? YouTube, let me be great. This is the thing. I wish Teresa would have never done that. Because Teresa started paying for everything in cash, and the feds were like, why? Why are you doing that? Why? Got them caught up. Gagged. We're going to end with this. Blue Jay said, good night, Miss Nicolette. Hope to see you soon. Tuesday, maybe. Yes, I think I might do a Love Island recap on Tuesday, USA. Because I'm just so far behind on Love Island UK because I get it a week later. So I think I might do Love Island USA. We'll see. I'm gonna see how much I can catch up. Oh, the Never Ever Mets. I gotta watch it. I got a lot of stuff to watch tonight. And I gotta make dinner. Let me get out of here. I love you too, sugar. Thank you all for why does she pay for that in cash? Yes. Doesn't that come on tomorrow? Right? Or does it come on tonight? I got to figure it out. If it comes on tonight, then I'll do my live tomorrow. But let me figure out all the stuff I'm watching tonight. Anyway, I love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. I will see you soon for something else. Bye, guys. Ciao. Y'all have